Hey, True Believers England team here, and I wanted to talk about this. I woke up. What do you talk about? What are we going to look at here? What can I make a video of? And one thing I kept seeing all throughout was about the Blue Beetle. I am looking forward to this movie and have been since the beginning of the year. I'm a shill for superhero films. I have admitted this. I go out of my way. These are the ones that I most anticipate throughout the year. And Blue Beetle was at the top of the list. Well, okay, Shazam, Flash, then, it was definitely in the top four. I'm a DC fan. What are you going to do? Anywho, I've noticed a trend a while back, and it seems amazing to me that these non-white directors or non-white actors or anybody who's not white believes that people who are not white have never done anything until modern times, and it's getting ridiculous. I mean, how can you be like this? How can you actually look at the past and not see people who are like you doing things? It's amazing. There's something going around that's a black lady, and she's piloting an aircraft. Big damn deal. But no, people are like, oh my gosh, look at this black person. They can do things. Yeah, and have been for quite a while now. It's amazing to me. So Blue Beetles, this is Thursday. Technically, it opens tomorrow, but a lot of people are going to go see it today. I'll see it tomorrow. Hopefully today, if I could convince my wife. I can't. So it's that I'm looking forward to this movie. So I'm looking at all these interviews and such like that, and they are all saying the exact same thing, and it's coming from the director. This right here, this is from Bounding into Comics. I got one from the Hollywood Reporter here. Let me get to that one first. Blue Beetle director wants viewers to feel welcome watching DC's diverse superhero movie. It's not diverse. It's Latino. Why does it have to? Oh my gosh, it's diverse. I'm sorry, but if you've got a room full of the same people, then it isn't a diverse room. But they feel that way. But if you've got a cast of all Latino actors and actresses, Latinas, then it's not diverse. I believe like the only white person that they're advertising is the bad guy, Susan Sarandon. I hate cartoons, comics, saying as a Latino Brazilian who never likes Jaime, the Blue Beetle version, I knew that's what's going to happen. It's something to me here. The fuck is going on here? Get rid of that. Okay. So anyway, it says Blue Beetle director wants viewers to feel welcome watching DC's diverse superhero movie. Don't fear Latino heritage. Was anybody thinking this? I mean, okay, sure, they were comedy, they were stoners, but we were watching Cheech and Chong films in the 70s, dumbasses. Come on. It's like for all of a sudden, the world discovered Hispanic people. Can we bring that back? Can we stop with the Latino thing and just say Hispanic again? Because that wasn't bad. Anyway, Blue Beetle director and Angel Manuel Soto had a powerful message. No, it isn't. It's not a powerful message. It's a racist one. He's being racist. He's being racist towards Hispanic people. We put our hearts and souls into it because we wanted you guys to feel welcome to our stories. If you know what, you're making it awkward. He's making it awkward. The filmmaker has said at a fan event at the TCL Chinese Theater in Hollywood Tuesday, "There's no fear. Don't fear Spanish." Don't fear Mexican heritage. Don't fear Latino heritage. We want you guys to join the party with us. Perceivably, didn't the worst racist in Hollywood history about 10 years ago make a film not just in Mexico about Mexicans, but using an ancient Mexican language that people haven't heard in forever and a day? And he's the racist white guy. Mel Gibson, by the way. Apocalypto is the movie I'm talking about. We want you guys to join the party with us. The new film sees Zola Meriduano as Jaime. I can't pronounce his name. Probably did wrong. The dude from Karate Kid or Cobra Kai. A college student who gains superpowered suit of armor following an interaction with an alien scarab, forever changing his future as he becomes the Blue Beetle. And once again, I got to tell you something. This was one of my most anticipated films of the summer. I still am. I really want to go see the film, but all I hear about it anymore. Oh, it's got Hispanic people in it. You know what? So does my freaking street. If that's the entire thing, if that's all you have to sell to me, is that there are Hispanic people. I live in Florida. Everywhere. So for our brand is usually Ecuadorian, Dominican. We have Puerto Rico, a lot of Puerto Rican. Generally, Texas is Mexican, but come on, you get it. Hey, hello to Undead Quinn saying, I hate it when they make it about race. Yeah, exactly. Sell his Blue Beetle race. Yeah, sell the Blue Beetle. Don't even mention the race. We've seen Hispanic people do things before. Bane is the best Hispanic character in DC. I'll get to that one in another segment. In DC, they need to admit that he has a badass origin. We need more Bane like he was in comics and stop making him a joke. By the way, the director of Blue Beetle, once again, I'm going to record a segment on Bane, but he had something to say about that too. Matt is saying, in fairness, Hispanic specifically and literally means somebody fused Spanish as a first language, and so not all Latinos are. Okay, I get it, Matt. You're right. When I heard Batman is a fascist line, this was going to be bad. I don't know if it's going to be bad or good. I'm not. Oh my gosh! Did you know the black pills like last week were like Blue Beetle's a flop? Bitch, it ain't even open. It ain't even open yet. Shut the up for 5 freaking seconds. And so yeah, once again, I'm not talking about box office, and I'm not even talking about the quality of the movie. I'm talking about the way they sell films. The way they're mentioning movies now, the way people are acting and reacting to, not regular people. I think this is Twitter people, the Twidiots, and they're acting and reacting as if you're not white, you have never experienced the world before. It's like they were created as soon as Twitter was created. So the kid goes on to say, Blue Beetle isn't to make me the next heartthrob or biggest star, he said. It's just to show people, hey, these stories about Latinos don't have to just be about narcos or crossing the border or being a gang member. You could be portrayed in a positive light, because that's never happened in movies, dude. It's never freaking happened in movies. A superhero seems like the most positive light you can in this industry. Though Blue Beetle was made a part of a previous regime's plans before James Gunn and Peter Safran. Yeah, they kind of went, no. This is part of the James Gunn universe. Don't skip this like you did the Flash. They've at least learned to do that. At least they know, okay, we don't want to make people think these movies are useless, which I think is kind of I'm not going to freaking take another guy's things, and I'm sorry, but Twidiots is better, by the way. And I don't have that accent to call them twatas. But yeah, they f***ed up the Flash, so now they've got to come up with something different here. The Twitter people, the Twidiots. Yeah, they're not real people. They're not. I can't. They're just certain things, where it's like, you cannot possibly believe this. And I honestly think that's true. I honestly think that a lot of the Twidiots cannot possibly believe what they're saying. And one of the reasons why I say that is I haven't met these people outside of Twitter. They seem to talk a big game, but when you actually confront them, it's like, wait a second. You're talking out of your ass here, and they come up with a rational thought. I've got another one here. It's kind of same. This is from Bounding into Comics. Blue Beetle director said film had to get theatrical debut because film features Latino superhero, Latino family, and highlights Latino culture differently than what? Look, we've got movies where all races are good guys, and we've got movies where all races are bad guys. Once again, it's like, oh my gosh, I came onto the scene, therefore I am the first. So he goes on to let me continue. So to discuss the film transitioning from an HBO Max original to a theatrical release in an interview with Stephen Weintraub. By the way, one of the reasons why that changed is because they found out that from the Scarlett Johansson lawsuit that this shit don't work. I'm sorry, but if you've got to pay the actors and actresses, if you moved stuff straight to HBO Max rather than let it go to the theater and let people get their profit sharing, they're going to sue the out of you. So anyway, it was going to be a straight to HBO Max, and they decided to change it into being a theatrical release. And I'm curious, when you got involved, had that decision already been made, or were you involved? That was the question. And he responded, when I came into the project, the mandate was, at the time, everything goes to HBO Max. An ignorant and stupid business model. As I said, what they need to do is they need to bring back physical media, and they need to bring, and this is my way to save Hollywood, they need to bring back physical media, and they need to bring back the 6 month to a year window for streaming services. You have to get that FOMO in there. You have to get that I need to go see it in the theater, because otherwise I'm waiting a year or so like that. Unfortunately, they've trained us to know that these films are going to be on streaming services 30 to 60 days. So yeah, I can wait. I mean, why not? How much stuff do you have on HBO Max? Even if you, like me, I've got HBO Max mainly for the DC stuff. There is tons of content for me to watch on that while I'm waiting for the DC movies to get onto HBO Max. So make that window larger. Make it so I'm going to see them in the theaters anyway. I'm just talking out of my ass right here. You got to make it so people have to see them in the theaters if they want to be a part of the group. Hold on just a sec. All right. I notice I'm getting a little noise. There we go. On my there we go. On my background. Turn on the light and it kind of cancels it. All righty. Let me move this to the side so I can see what you guys are saying as well. When I heard Batman, oh, okay. Let's see. Because we don't have like 20 El Santos superheroes. Yeah. Pictures out there to be enjoyed already. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this movie. I really am. Let's see. Sure, I'll do the movie. Of course, it's a great opportunity, but I'm like, it can't be that the first time that we have a Latino superhero front and center, not just a Latino playing a hero, but here he's a Latino, his family's Latino, and they're going to be actually being the heroes of their own story for the first time. I was like, it cannot just live on be on streaming. Like, he has to go to theaters. Like, the whole experience of watching these fantastical movies is to be amazed and in awe. And what about being able to see our culture represented differently? Okay, if he wants to say it's the first Latino starring superhero, I have to think about that. I have to go, wait a second, who do we have here? Who do we have in the front and center? What do you consider a superhero film, or maybe a comic book movie? Like, is Jessica Alba dancing on stage in Sin City is the main draw of the movie? Does that count? I guess not, because there's only one story that centers around Jessica Alba. There, a lot of people forget that she's Latino. You know, there's so many out there. By the way, it's something. And what if it's an actor or an actress who's Latino, but they don't make a big deal of it, and they're just a character in the story? What if now she's not the hero of the story, but the second main character of The Mask is Cameron Diaz, and a lot of people really do ignore that Diaz part of her name because she's whiter than I am. All right. So anyway, he says, so we work very hard to do this world building where the action sequences, the suit, the passion, the family, and the culture aspects are presented in a way worthy of watching it, not only in the theater, but even on IMAX. and being able to see our communities that way, I think we did an amazing job in bringing it to life on the concept and development of it all. That at the end, Warner Brothers decided, okay, theaters it goes. So let's see what God, imagine if Canadians speak the same about Wolverine. Yeah. Chile Mana, these activists are so dumb. It's a superhero. It's a superhero movie. We've seen this before. I'm sorry, but thank you, by the way. I know I'm not crazy when thinking, yes, we have seen Latinos on screen before. We've seen Latinos starring in movies. We've seen other people than white people. Why are we being so amazed? I mean, you're directing a film. You don't, this guy's directing a movie. He doesn't think for a second that he's capable. Is he like going, wow, I can't believe I'm doing this and I'm not white? I don't know. You know what? Maybe this is reverse racism. I've always said reverse racism doesn't exist because as described, it's just racism towards white people. It's just racism. Maybe reverse racism is when you look upon yourself and go, I am surprised I am doing this. I don't know. He went on to say, I don't know the logic and politics behind it. What do I know? Is that we are able to be smart about how we handle our budget. That's why we went practical, and that's why we went to real locations. And oddly enough, that's also makes it feel bigger and more immersed, because even like the third act takes place in a real fortress that's 500 years old in Puerto Rico. That's not like a green screen set. You know, being able to do that and see the magnificence of this building and seeing how imposing it and being able to capture that and have fun with this adventure. And it was a way for us to be able to stretch our budget that kind of delivers on it. My goodness gracious. You get the, there's a lot here. So I'm just going to stop. You get the point and you get the gist of what I'm saying. I want to see I'm going to see the Blue Beetle probably tomorrow. Once again, my wife is, I think she's done with superhero films. I know she's enjoyed them, but every time I say, hey, the Flash is on. No. My wife does this thing, the Consuela from Family Guy. Oh, no. She watched that. Now, every time I say something, oh, I want to do this, she'll go, oh, no. Just like Consuela, the maid from Family Guy. So I told her, Flash is up. No. We don't go see Flash. Okay, how about Shazam? I really want to see it. Oh, no. We do not go see Shazam. No. So that's my wife. My I guess, according to Twittiot, she would be considered racist for mimicking Consuela from Family Guy. I don't know. But there you go. That's my 2 cents on it. Once again, the black girl in the airplane, flying the airplane, she kind of highlight this, and I was like, yeah, why are you freaking surprised this girl can fly an airplane if she took lessons? And now it's the director not being able to just go, hey, you know what? We've got this awesome movie here. Then, okay, sure. You can mention he's Latino, represent, okay, fine, but don't make it. Outside of Susan Sarandon wants the bug, do you have any idea about the story? Do you have any idea about it? I've seen the same 3 scenes, which I kind of am grateful for because it's not being spoiled, but you don't know anything beyond it's a Latin family and the George Lopez character conspiracy theorist. That's why he says the whole Batman is a fascist line. Supposedly he's the idiot character. And so we're supposed to take things that he says with a grain of salt. I know you hear it, and thanks to the Twitiots and thanks to people like that, you hear that kind of thing, and it's like, oh, Batman's a fascist. Yeah, we've heard this before. And it just comes down to because he's white. We've been through this before, and I'm sorry. It's ugh. All right. Let's see what else. Practical effects. My cat just sold this on me. Yeah, I want to see. I like it when they use practical. I think a lot of people are getting that way. Like it's coming back around. For a while, it was like, ooh, CG. It's shiny and it's new, but it's so much more interesting. And you know what? I used to love the making ofs. you know, like you get the making of Superman, the 1978, the Richard Donner Superman. And it would be like, we made the fortress out of 6 billion tons of styrofoam. And we had to have a carver come in, and it was so much more interesting to, so, well, first we set up the wire framing on the computer, and then we just go in, we get this program right here, and blah, blah. It was so much more interesting to go to find out that the sound effects for Star Wars, the laser blast, and I tested this, by the way, and it's true. They went out to telephone poles, and the wire that goes, or used to anyway, it's the 70s, the wires that went from the telephone poles, a guy went over to it with a stick and a microphone, pew, pew, and he just hit it, and he records that, and that's the sound of freaking Star. I love that. And now we put in this program to simulate a superhero flying. That's boring to me. I'd rather see how people, you know, make the battleship Potemkin from maple leaves and bubble gum, you know, that kind of thing. Let's see. Well, George Lopez is an actual idiot. Yeah, that is true. That is true. You know what? He's had racist humor forever. I've laughed at it. There's a movie called DC, I believe it's DC Cab, where they're in a hospital, and he's supposed to be a lawyer going in trying to get a friend out of a hospital or something like that. And he looks at the food on the table, goes, "This food isn't even good enough for Caucasian people." You know, that was in 1980. So, you know, he's been like that forever. Let's see. So, yeah, I mean, there's a few scenes, but it seems to have a white guy as the main big bad. That's Susan Sarandon. Yeah, I mentioned that at the beginning of the video, that we all know that the Latinos are in the film. Okay, fine. Who cares other than the director? And the only white person that they've presented anyway is Susan Sarandon, and she's the bad guy. And that's okay. I'm fine with that, because there are bad white people, there are bad black people. I have never done this. I've never gone, oh, wow, that means you think all. First time I really became aware of it, I don't know if you guys are aware of a TV show called Married with Children, a character called Kelly Bundy. Beautiful, blonde, dumb as dirt. And so people started complaining. Well, they're saying all blondes are dumb. No, they're not. They're saying this one is. And that's my thing. Maybe it's because I'm such an individualist that I don't see that kind of stuff. When I hear about race relations, well, the last this was 50 years. It wasn't you. I don't know. I mean, in the latest trailer, it shows a man in a suit. He's a Latino as well. But there you go. Anywho, kids, I think I've rolled these tires so much they got stuck in the mud. So thank you very much for hanging out with me. I'm reading all these articles, and the new thing for me now is I'm just gonna fire up a live stream. I guess I should get a schedule on this, but you know me and schedules. As soon as I make one, I break one. But yeah, I want to talk about this. There's also another one where it's talking about this dude, Bane creator Graham Nolan reacts to Blue Beetle director claiming the character represents American interventionism. Holy crap. I got to talk about that. So I know that's going to come up either today or tomorrow, so watch out for that. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And let me know what you think in the comments below, as this is posted if you're watching it afterwards. And please, guys, don't forget to do the clicking and the sharings and all that kind of stuff. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good day.